All right, so we are here. So we're going to back up because our video cut off. So we are going to go ahead and do two separate videos. We'll go ahead and back it all the way up to the beginning here. Go ahead and try to clean this off. Probably not going to have much luck of keeping it that clean just because there is a lot of debris that's just sitting right at the bottom of this here. So all right, that's probably the best picture we're probably going to get. You can kind of see the debris that's kind of collecting in the line there. Not really a big fan. All right, sorry about that. Got a phone call, so we're going to go ahead and continue forward. So a lot of debris in the line. This could just be some grease buildup. But usually whenever we're seeing like a lot of debris in the line, it's because we don't really have the, that great of fall, but we're not seeing any standing water. So I'm going to go with that there was probably just a lot of grease introduced into this line. Also, the condition of the line from where these cleanouts connected that new ABS to the existing old line that they have. That's probably more likely the reason for a lot of that debris. Tiny bit of a low spot like you saw there. This looks like the kitchen connection, so a lot of debris and a lot of grease coming out of that line there. And then we should be entering into the vent here pretty soon. All right, so that is the vent. So that is going to conclude the inspection going towards the home. So from what I've seen, there is a lot of debris in the line. I would probably recommend maybe running a hydro jetter through here to get some of this debris out. Because this is going to start to become an issue. It looks like it's probably just a lot of heavy grease usage in the lines, because we're not seeing any sort of low spots other than this one tiny area right here. But it also could be from, like I said, the old line that is in the yard that has a couple of those root growth issues that might be causing some of the water to escape before this debris can get pushed out. So what my recommendation, like I said, using the hydro jetter to clean out the newly installed ABS so that we can make sure that there's no sort of low spots or anything that is causing this, and that is just like a user type deficiency. Now, I would recommend, looking into replacing that section of line all the way out to where the city connection is. And then I would even ask the city about possibly redoing the connection to the city main, or having them send down one of their robots to cut the roots out of the main right there. But like I said, that is going to depend on the city's response and the city's decision. But in the meantime, the part that can be remedied, I would go all the way out until you hit the common access way and replace that old and bad section of line, just because there are roots growing in, there are low spots, and that material is going to, rot out and eventually get a lot worse than it already is. So also, I'm getting a lot of sewer gas smell out of the cleanouts, so that also introduces a possibility, not a possibility, but a suspicion of low spots and debris and sediment building up, causing that smell. But at this time, this will conclude the video going back towards the house, and we will have two separate videos, one going out and one going in.